Hello and welcome everybody to the first in what we hope will be a series of one-on-one interviews with beautiful and inspiring transgender showgirls. I'm your host, Clark Towson. I'm the president and the lead transgender advocate of Chrysalis Australia. We're a small, Melbourne-based non-profit group of dedicated volunteers that work to support the Australian transgender community. You might be aware of our work on YouTube. We do all the media creation for the Trans Showgirls and the Miss Gay and Miss Trans Australia International Group. The Trans Showgirls we work with love to perform on stage, and we've all been amazed at their singing and performing talents. The purpose of this series of interviews is to introduce you all to the Trans Showgirl performers and to give you all the opportunity to get to know their personalities, their interests, their work, and their good deeds in the LGBTQ and the wider Australian community. Getting to know the Trans Showgirls is an amazing opportunity brought to you by Chrysalis Australia in close association with the Trans Showgirls, the Miss Gay and Miss Trans Australia International Group, and our team of dedicated volunteers and working partners, including the Pride of our Footscray Community Bar and Media Exact. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate having you here with us, and we're grateful that you've chosen to join us on this journey. These transgender interviews will be uploaded to social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube. Please like and share them on Facebook. On YouTube, please subscribe to the Trans Showgirls YouTube channel, and please turn on notifications so you know when we have posted a new interview. Chrysalis Australia is currently self-funded by myself, Clark Towson. We're most open to your support, and we would be forever grateful for your sponsorship. If you're interested in sponsorship opportunities, please contact me via my Facebook page. We can accept donations and sponsorship via PayPal, direct deposit, or via Bitcoin, both on-chain or via the Bitcoin Lightning Network. If you have any suggestions or tips, please use social media to contact with me. Please feel free to send me a friend request and a message, or you can call me and leave a message with me directly on +61 432 359 166. Okay, hello everyone. Today I would like to warmly welcome our very special guest, Nurul Darlene Illyana. Darlene is a transgender singer, dancer, host, MC, cosplayer, comic book and collectibles fan. Darlene is a Singapore-based Australian transgender cabaret entertainer, singer, host, costume designer and stand-up comedian. Her transitional journey since the 90s has altered her life to a world of endless possibilities, from winning competitions at the Grand Mardi Gras, getting gigs by Australia's iconic Carlotta and Christy McNichol, being featured in BBC documentary, and what holds a special place in her heart was the 2-hour concert with an LGBTQ orchestral band as the audience cheered, laughed and enjoyed the show. Darlene expresses to us how grateful she is for the opportunities given to her as a trans woman here in Australia. A very big welcome, Darlene. Thank you so much for joining me today and for the opportunity to interview you.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So the focus of today's show is all about the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. Now, I've prepared some questions for you for today's show, Darlene, and it's all focused on the upcoming Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras, which is this coming weekend, just in a couple of days' time. How exciting!
It's very, very exciting. Yes, I'm looking forward to it so much.
Excellent. So talking about the Mardi Gras, what do you really like why do you like to go to the Sydney Mardi Gras, Darlene? What is it about the Mardi Gras that you really like to go and be a part of the event?
Um, it's because I've never seen anything like that before. I've never seen anything that is for my people. In Singapore, oh, it's against, Singapore is against anyone that's different. So there's nothing for us, for the LGBT people back then in the 90s. In the 90s was when I go through my transition. So at that time, even gay nights are hush hush. Even then, there's this club called Rascals. That is the gay night. So it's a straight club that's closed on a Sunday. So between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Oh no, 9 at night till 2 a.m. That's the gay night. So every Sunday, $10. Rascals is our night. Okay, it's hush hush just among the gay people. So we have only until 2, and after that we have to go home. And when we arrive at the venue, we have to behave ourselves because it's a straight place, so we cannot be too flamboyant, or else we get shut down and the police might come and find out it's illegal. So anything that's LGBT in the 90s in Singapore, it's illegal. So to come to Australia and suddenly see Mardi Gras, like, it's a bit too much at first, but it's just so wonderful when I start to absorb everything in. It's like, wow, my people, everybody doesn't, we're not caught by the police. This is so cool. This is so, like, wow, I was so blown away by the acceptance, like, so the openness. And I guess Singapore is so Asian and so backdated at that time, or something like that, I think. I don't know. So even till this very day, I think it's still the same. We're never going to have, put it this way, we're never going to have Mardi Gras in Singapore. It's never going to happen. Maybe in 20 years' time, still, I doubt it. But in Australia, we have. And every time I get a chance to be a part of Mardi Gras, to be a part of a parade, I will never say no, because it's a celebration that I was denied for who I am.
That's really amazing that, here in Australia, that we are so open and accepting of the LGBTQ community, in comparison to Singapore, where it sounds like it's much more repressive. And in Sydney, the Mardi Gras is just such a beautiful event. The amazing costumes and the performers, and it just looks amazing. I've been having a look at photos and videos.
Have you been there?
I haven't personally been there myself, but looking at all the photos and videos on the web, it just looks like an amazing event, and I think I'm going to have to go to it one year.
You have to join me next year.
Next year sounds good to me. I mean, I'm here in Melbourne. I know you're up in Sydney, and Sydney is your hometown here in Australia. So hopefully I'll get to come and enjoy the event with you next year. It would just be amazing.
It will extremely blow your mind, the level of acceptance. Have you been to Pride March in Melbourne?
I haven't gone. It might sound surprising. I actually haven't been on my first Pride March yet. I was supposed to go this year at the last Pride March, and I was going to be marching with the Pride of Our Footscray community bar people who are friends of mine. And there was something, I had some work that came up on that morning, and I wasn't able to go and do my first Pride March. So again, that's going to be something that I'm going to make the focus of doing next year on the first chance that I get next year.
Okay, I just want to ask, have you been to any like big processions on the street, like a parade on the street, something like that? Have you been to anything like that before?
Yeah, so here in Melbourne, the
Yes.
biggest profession, we have the grand final parades, which is a really big parade here in Melbourne. So I've been to that before, and I've been to other parades here in Melbourne, but nothing with the kind of glitz and glamour and amazing colour of the Mardi Gras.
How about Australia Day? Australia Day parade. Have you seen that?
Yes, I've been to the Australia Day parade before,
Okay.
yes.
It's something like that, but in larger, way larger scale. And you get to see dykes on bikes. You get to see the boys wearing the jock straps with glitter on their bodies and in synchronized choreography, which is so beautiful to watch. You get to see a whole bunch of different LGBT groups parading, showing off their this is us, this is who we are. And everyone that is watching on the side of the streets are the everyday general public, straight people, and they are cheering us on for who we are. I think that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I think you should witness that next year in Sydney, and I will look after you for sure.
Well, thank you very much. It just sounds amazing. And I know you sent me some videos and photos of past events that you've been involved in, and just seeing your photos, it just looks so amazing. And yeah, I'm looking forward to coming next year, and I'll take you up on that offer if I can and be there in Sydney to experience it. So, and that's what it means to you to be a part of Mardi Gras, right? That you gain that acceptance, you have that acceptance, you can be open here in Australia, be who you are, and people accept you for who you are here in Australia.
Agreed, 100%. That's what it's about. And the level of tolerance. Should I say tolerance? Tolerance or acceptance? I think acceptance sounds nicer. Tolerance means we put up with it, but we don't like it. So I do not like the word tolerance. I prefer the word acceptance. So here I am not judged by my skin color, by who I am. I am judged by what I do. If I'm good at it, they don't care if I'm man, woman, trans, cat, dog, alien. You are fabulous, that means you are fabulous. So that's the difference between here and any other places that I have lived in.
Yeah, I think that's one of the great things about Australia, that we do have we do accept people from many different countries in the world. We're a multicultural society, and it's more than tolerance. It is about acceptance. It is about respecting people for who they are and what they do. And I think Australians are very down-to-earth people like that. They'll accept people based on who they are and the person that they are inside, and their actions, what they do. I think that's really important. So tell me though, Darlene, how many times have you been to the Mardi Gras before? Tell me a little bit about past events and your part in them.
Okay, I have done 8 Mardi Gras altogether, and this will be my 9th Mardi Gras this year. I am so excited. The first one was in 2006. So how it all started was I entered a beauty pageant. So can I go back on this a little bit more so that you understand the story? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
In Singapore, I am considered a midget, shorty. So we are not allowed to enter beauty pageant because you're too short, you're not glamorous enough. So we are being looked past. Only the tall, leggy ones get to enter the pageants. So we're always told that. So I thought, okay, I'm never going to be able to enter a pageant. And then fast forward to Australia. In 2006, I was in the trans club. It's called the Taxi Club, the iconic Taxi Club. The whole world knows Taxi Club is where all the trans are. I have been a resident performer there for so long, and they all love me there, and I love them back in return, and that's why they keep coming and support me. I was there after one of my shows. One of my gay friends approached me, Darlene, come and enter a beauty pageant. I said, excuse me, are you trying to make fun of me? No, what are you talking about? You know I'm short. I'm not supposed to enter beauty. What do you mean you're short? I said, no, I'm not supposed to enter. I can't enter a pageant. I'm short. My friend, my gay friend, heard me. Darlene, who says that? In Singapore, you're short. Darlene, don't listen. You are not in Singapore anymore. You are here. Everyone is welcome to enter. This is Miss Gay Universe. That means if you are trans, cross-dresser, transvestite, anyone, it doesn't matter how short or fat or tall or color, as long as you are trans, cross-dresser, TV, CD, everything around in that genre, you can enter. Are you sure? Yes. So I did. And that is my first ever beauty pageant. And I got placing, I got number 2. I was so shocked that I could go that far. After I win that, I got sponsored a white Cadillac to be in the parade. I was like, okay, my Mardi Gras parade. Oh my God, I'm going to be on the Cadillac. So do I sit? Oh my God, the Cadillac, like in the American television Cadillac? Yes, because I've never seen one. I don't drive. So I got to be on the Cadillac at my first ever parade. And that picture of me on the Cadillac was big, full Daily Telegraph poster. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. I was so excited. And that was my first Mardi Gras. And I realized that I can do more than just sit up here on the Cadillac to say that I am number 2 in a beauty pageant. To me, that's okay. I've done that. I know I've gone this far as a pageant girl. But just doing this, waving, okay, I'm a pageant girl, okay. No, that's not enough. I know I can do more. So I decided to be more industrious, be more progressive about educating trans. So in 2008, I decided to join Mardi Gras again. But this time, I am not inside the barrier. I am outside the barrier.
Yep.
So I started walking around the crowd of people. Oh my God. At 3 o'clock, 3:30, I can hear the crowd so noisy. I was in my apartment, which is just outside the parade starting point at Hyde Park. And I was like, I had a partner at the time, and he's like, what the hell's going on? Why is it so loud? Parade's not starting till 7:30. And then I realized that once the barriers are starting to put up, people are getting those fruit boxes, are all sitting, getting spots already. They want to get the best spot right in front of the barrier so they are not going to miss out, because there's thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world would come and watch and would be climbing on top of each other on the side of the street just to see the parade. But these people started early. They bring their own little picnic there. They sat there, they bring their food, and they sat and watch. And I was like, okay, I've already got my pink Victoria's Secret inspired costume. I decided to go downstairs with a microphone and a videographer and started interviewing people and asking them, I'm curious to know, why are you here at Mardi Gras? And so many people said different things. And there was this lady and her family was there. And I said, so, is this your first time Mardi Gras? Are you coming to watch Mardi Gras? Yes, I'm so excited. I come here every year. I bring my whole family. Wow, there's children here too. Yes, I want all my children to know that everyone is also people. You know, they cannot be pointing fingers and making fun at other people. That's not right. Oh my God, you're such a wonderful mother. You are educating your children not to discriminate. Yes, there is no point in doing that. We're supposed to be friendly with everyone. We are sharing this planet together. I was like, oh my God, you are such an amazing person. So what are you actually interested to see? Oh, I love the drag queens. I love their costumes, she says. The costumes are so amazing. And the big hair and the makeup. Oh my God, they're so loud. They're so amazing. And I love the gays. Oh, why are the hot men gay? I said, right, do you agree with me? Yes, me too. When they're hot, they must be gay. It's so true. When they're so good looking, they're always gay. Straight men never look that good. And she's like, oh my God, yes, you agree with me. Yes. And I said to her, so those are the things that you are interested to see at the parade. Oh, there is one more type of people that I'm very curious about. I said, okay, what are they? Oh, they look like females, but they're actually not females. Oh, okay, I've never heard that before. Can you explain more? Well, I don't want to sound like I'm, but they're actually male. Oh, really? Yes. They go for surgery, they have breasts and everything, and they look like women, but they're not really women, And I was like, oh, yeah. I heard they called transsexuals. Yeah, transsexuals. That's like lady boys and she-males, like they're all like that. Oh, okay. How do you know you're going to see them? Because if you say they look like female, how are you going to be able to tell? She's like, I don't know. That's the thing. That's why I get up here really, really close with my family. I'll tell them to keep a lookout. If you see them hot chicks, just try and suss out if they're actually chicks or not chicks. I was like, okay, that's very interesting. So you think from there you can figure it out? And she's like, I don't know. I'm trying my best, you know? Well, I have something to tell you. I am one of those girls that you are talking about. I am transsexual. And she just went, oh my God, really? Are you sure? I said, I'm very sure. Are you sure? How could you say I'm sure? I know what's in between my legs. And she's like, oh my God, you still have it? I said, yes. Did you think I left it at home in the fridge? Of course, I still have it. She's like, oh, but you look like a woman. And she's like, see, I told you, you're kind. Like, it's so deceiving. But I know a lot of my trans girlfriends, they don't like people to know that they are trans. But for me, I always like to let people know. Not like put it on my forehead, hey, I'm trans, hey, I'm trans. No. When someone tried to get to know me, a guy tried to pick me up or something, within the first 3 minutes, I would say, hi, I'm Darlene. And by the way, I'm transgender. Or I say I'm transsexual, you know? So they're like, oh, okay, what's that? Well, I'm born like you, and now I've changed, I've gone this way, something like that, you know. So that is who I am. And she's like, okay, so you are not happy? Yes, I'm not happy being born the other way, so I want to try my best to live my life, live my truth. Do you think I'm a beautiful girl? And she's like, yes, you're amazing. I wouldn't know, you look like the Victoria's Secret. I said to her, thank you, now I can go home and sleep, because you make my day. I'm trying to look like the Victoria's Secret. I wish the Victoria's Secret have trans, but they will not accept trans. They only have the straight women in there. You know, that's not fair, right? Yes, why can't they put trans if they're as gorgeous as you? I said, thank you. You are so kind. Thank you so much. I want to wish you and your family happy Mardi Gras. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So that's what I did. I decided that I can do more for to be in the parade. I want to always be creative and have a reasonable, like, have some sort of a depth, sending a message, trying to be educational. Do you know what I mean? I have
And
to
it's
do
so
some,
important.
yeah, I have to do something like that. I don't want to just wear something amazing and look at me, look at me, look, I look amazing, right? You know I look amazing, right? No, I do not like that kind. That's just too shallow for me. I cannot
Mm.
deal with that. So that is my second Mardi Gras experience. So that was a very, very insightful um, Mardi Gras experience for me, actually, coming from the horse's mouth, so to speak, coming from a straight person who does not know much about trans. And her explanation, her terminology, and after I explained, her wonderful acceptance of me, her warmth towards me, and I was like, she's going to just explain to the child best she knows how. However it is, I know it's going to be a positive one. I've done my job, Clark, to promote positivity for the acknowledgement and acceptance of a trans person. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, and that's such an amazing story because while she said that she made your day, you made her day as well. And
How did I make her day? From your
because
perspective.
from my perspective, what I see there is here you've got a person who is a member of the crowd who's gone to watch an amazing event, is interested in seeing transsexuals performing, and then got the chance to meet a transsexual, to interact with you one-on-one, and to gain understanding directly from you. And that made her day. That really made her event. You touched her heart, and then she became an ally, and she's able to pass on to her her kids and her friends and family. Oh wow, I had this amazing experience at the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. I met a trans woman for the very first time, and she was just beautiful. She was amazing, and she really made an impact on my life that day. So, I mean, that's just such a wonderful story. It's just amazing.
Yes. Oh my God. I hope. Yes, I'm sure she see it the way you do. Yes,
Mm.
I like that. I like that interpretation because I never really talk much with her after that because I was walking around interviewing other people. So many other people said all kinds of different things that they are interested to see at Mardi Gras. It's so nice to interview the outside of the barrier. You know, we always want to meet people that are in the floats, asking them why they're doing their float, what their float is about. But it's also interesting to get to know the people outside, what they think, how much do they know. That's quite important as well, to know how
Mm.
much do they know about us.
Yeah.
How much of it are assumption. and how much of it are knowledge. If I can help add a little more knowledge, I have done my part.
Yeah, and that's amazing. I mean, this is one of the precepts of being a leader and being a leader within a community and helping people to understand and to raise their level of consciousness about important topics like this. So just amazing. What a great story.
Thank
So
you.
another question that I've got for you, Darlene, is about how do you feel doing the Mardi Gras in this current era of COVID-19?
Oh, COVID. Yeah. Horrible. Well, um, I was invited to do Mardi Gras last year. That's the first COVID Mardi Gras for me. And I was nervous. So I made a mask to match my outfit. And I was um I was talking to Victoria Anthony. She runs Trans Glamour. Trans Glamour is a night for trans people to perform, to bring more awareness for the trans community, to be in a safe place for the trans community, to for people that love the trans to come and watch us do shows again. So hopefully it becomes a permanent thing where we're going to get more and more people to come to watch us and be friendly with us, and to just educate people that, oh, that's not only the gays in the gay clubs, the drag queens, that's also the trans. The trans is very, very, very underrepresented still to this very day. So Trans Glamour is doing their best to do what I did years and years and years ago at the Taxi Club, because Taxi Club is already a platform as it is. So Trans Glamour invite all their performers to join Trans Glamour's group for Mardi Gras last year. So Victoria Anthony contacted me and said, "Darlene, would you like to be a part of my group? But I won't be there because I'm going to be DJing for Mardi Gras." So Tammy is going to run it. Another friend of hers, her best friend, Tammy, she is going to help look after all of you. And I know, darling, you are going to make me proud because you are going to look exceptionally amazing. So I hope you will be there and cheer us on and empower us as trans women during the float. I said, "Yes, Victoria, I'm here for you." She's always there for me, so I want to be there for her. She
Yeah.
even DJ at some events that I produced in the past, cabaret events that I did, and she was the DJ for us, and she even performed for us. It was so wonderful. So she helped me, I helped her. That's what us trans showgirls, trans friends should do for each other. We empower each other by being there for each other. So I was there for her, and I was actually quite afraid to be in the parade. I was like, okay, what is this going to be like? Is it going to be packed full of people? This is COVID, we're not supposed to. But when I arrived, it was everybody was spaced out. Everybody kept to themselves. Everybody kept to their groups. I started to feel this is okay. I'm still a bit iffy. Okay, this is going to be okay. I'm not going to pull out. Okay. I got my mask. Okay. And then we were guided to the marshalling area where everyone has to stay in their spot before we are told, row by row, to walk accordingly, orderly into the Sydney Cricket Ground. Everything was orderly. Mardi Gras organized everything so perfectly. The
Mm.
whole night long went so smooth. There is no hiccups whatsoever. We were all told to wear the mask at the marshalling area, and unless we are eating or something like that, and if we're chilling and staying in one spot, we don't have to wear it. But if we're moving about and talking to people, we should always wear a mask. So I
Yep.
felt safe the entire time. I felt very, very safe. The
Mm.
parade went so smoothly. I got featured on TV for 13 seconds. I'm grateful for that, even if it's just 13 seconds. I felt like Adriana Lima from Victoria's Secret Fashion Show. I did that heart thing to the camera, and the guy actually filmed it and he showed it on the big screen. I was like, hey, I got in. Yes. I was so happy. And I left the whole venue so early. Usually parade we finish at 10:40, 11 o'clock when we do the street parade. This one by 8:30 we're all finished. So
Yeah.
it was an early night, and I went home with a buzz. I was like, that was great. If COVID Mardi Gras could be that good and it's all very strict, but it went smoothly, I'm sure this coming Saturday would be the same.
Yeah.
And then we have another downfall that is affecting us, that's going to wreck us more than COVID. I thought COVID was going to wreck us, but COVID did not. The weather. So we shall see how this time, this Saturday, goes.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that you get good weather. I mean, it's been a disaster up in Brisbane, and with the rain that's been falling down on Sydney as well.
It's starting
Um,
in New South Wales as well.
yeah, yeah, very, very dangerous, that amount of rain. So let's really hope that you get a dry event and that you don't have any problems with the rain
It
on
won't be
Saturday.
dry, that's for sure. It won't be
Yeah.
dry. I am monitoring the weather forecast every hour on the hour. So I
Mm,
know it's not going to be dry. Right now, this very minute, it's still raining outside. It hasn't stopped raining all day long. And
mm,
apparently, it's going to be like this for the next 2 weeks.
mm,
So my photographer rang me just now, told me at SCG at the marshalling area, it's extremely muddy. They're starting to put all the barriers and all that. They're starting to start to put everything up for us to, to be allocated wherever. It's all muddy. He said it's extremely crazy muddy. So
mm,
I don't know what's going to happen on Saturday. I'm just going to pray, fingers crossed, it's going to be okay. But no matter what
mm.
happens, I'm still going to celebrate Mardi Gras the best way I can.
And that's the most important thing, isn't it? The celebration of Mardi Gras, regardless of the weather, whether it's pouring with rain or whether it's a really fine day. Mm.
Correct.
So tell me about the past Mardi Gras events before COVID came and so disrupted and upended all of our lives. Do you have
Yep.
any sort of memories from past events that really stick out in your mind that you've really enjoyed particular
Yep.
years or something
There
like that?
is there is a couple, and one of them is the 2013 when I did my group called Darlene's Transsexual Angels. Yes, because I was obsessed with Victoria's Secret fashion show, especially the girls that walk out with wings. I am extremely obsessed with the wings. And if everybody that listens to this, those of you that knows me, that really, really knows me, that really, really knows me from my shows, I love my costumes to be extremely large, loud, and big and extravagant like hell. And when Victoria's Secret came up with those massive wings, I went crazy. I decided to design 8 costumes. I got 7 of my girlfriends to wear it. The one that is right behind me is the friendship that I have the longest with. And then the next one, and then the next one, and the next one until number 8. And when we parade, we brought the house down because I was singing the whole entire time. I had a microphone and it was wired. They did not have a wireless microphone. Where was Crystalis Australia when I needed them? I'm sure you guys have wireless microphone for me if I knew you guys back then. So we had wired and I could not go too far from the truck. So I'm literally right behind the truck when I should be showing off my costumes and trying to talk to people on the side while singing the Pussycat Dolls. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? And people were singing, don't you? I point the microphone to the audience. They were singing, don't you? And I said, you guys, can I ask you something? Don't you think my girls are gorgeous? Don't you think we look like the Victoria's Secret angels? And everybody people on the side scream, yay! Well, I got news for you. We are the transsexual angels. What do you think? And they clapped so loud. They clapped so loud. They even screamed, you guys should be at the Victoria's Secret show. See, before even the Victoria's Secret scandal about the trans should be in it recently, we've already started the scandal back then. But nobody hears of it because we are nobodies. We are only somebody in our own little world here. So that parade was so much fun. And then a week later, I got an email from Mardi Gras. I'm invited to Mardi Gras Awards. I was like, what the hell? What is this Mardi Gras Awards? I've never heard of it. Nobody tell me Mardi Gras has awards. And when I got there, my name was announced. I got to go on stage and I won the award for Best Costume Award. Oh my
Wow.
God, that was. And I went up on stage for the first time in my life. I shook. My whole hands was shaking holding the microphone. And one of the drag queens says, "Girl, that's not a dildo. That's not a vibrating dildo, you know. That's a microphone." Because it was so shaking. It was hilarious and everybody just laughed. And I was so overwhelmed with my speech. I could not speak. I was just shocked that I win an award. I was so grateful till this very day. I'm still grateful for Mardi Gras for acknowledging my talent, acknowledging my creativity as a trans woman, as a creative trans woman, as a creative showgirl trans woman. To just give me that award means so much to me, and I will never, ever, ever forget them for that. And that's why one of the reasons why I will always support Mardi Gras, because Mardi Gras supports me and trust in my talent.
Yeah.
And the other Mardi Gras experience that I love so much is when I did Star Trek for breast cancer. People like, what the hell? What has Star Trek got to do with breast cancer? What's the connection? Why Star Trek? I've watched all the Star Trek episodes. There's nothing about breast cancer in there. I said, excuse me, this is not your thing. This is my thing, okay? Let me explain. I said, okay. I love Star Trek. My mom
I love
recently
it
died.
too. I'm a very big fan of Star Trek. I'll put
Are
that out there.
you?
The original series, I'm a
Oh,
huge fan of. I
okay.
watched it when I was growing up, going through university. They used to play it late at night. So I'd seen
Okay.
all the episodes. And then I graduated to The Next Generation. I became a
Yes.
big fan of that. And
Yes.
then,
Voyager.
Voyager. I became a big fan of Captain Janeway. And
Yes.
it was
7 of 9.
7 of 9. Of course, all the geeky nerd boys, which I guess I was one back then. Maybe still a bit of a
Yes.
nerd today.
So
We all loved 7 of 9, didn't we?
yeah, so that
Yeah.
was what triggered my Star Trek float. So
Yeah.
at a Star Trek convention, every now and again when they do Star Trek convention, I would host the cosplay competition there. So before the cosplay competition started, I actually announced to all my Star Trek fans that I said, "You guys, I have an announcement. Mardi Gras coming up. I would love you guys to parade with me. Star Trek for breast cancer." And everybody there, all the Trekkies was screaming, "Oh my God, we're gonna be in Mardi Gras parade in our Trekkie costume." I said, "Yes, we all get to be Trekkies at Mardi Gras." So everyone was so excited. And I did it for my mom because a year before that, my mom died from breast cancer. So I decided to contact National Breast Cancer Foundation and ask them for permission. So people that come to meet us to take photos with us, they have to donate the money, and that money, the entirety of that money goes straight to the Breast Cancer Foundation. I do not take a single cent because I don't want to. That's not why I do it. It's not about the money. It's about the loss of my mom. And so I announced it in my Facebook. And at that time, my family, because isn't it strange? It takes to lose someone for the rest of the family to come together. It's so horrible. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
often the way, isn't it, with families that
Yes.
and just
Something
with
happens,
people, yeah,
and then everyone come together.
yeah,
It's
that's
yeah.
right.
But it's the other side of that is better than not. So I'm grateful. So everyone, all my aunts, my mom's brothers and sisters, they all came to Sydney to come to Mardi Gras. I said, "Oh, whoa, hang on. You guys are not going to the big Mardi Gras. You just come and see me at the starting area, me and my Trekkies, take photo with us." And my aunt was saying, "What are you? Why are you like this?" Because they think I should be in a beautiful thing, beautiful, fabulous costume, beautiful. No, I am 7 of 9, but another version, another one of the Borg alien. I'm a villain alien. What? I said, yes, I'm a villain alien. Yes, and the alcove, 7 of 9 alcove, I have that built for me by someone who is actually working for during the props department when Star Wars was filming here. He was so wonderful. He says to me, "Darlene, I want to build this for you because you appreciate my building prowess. I'm going to build this. It's going to look absolutely amazing. I'm going to put all the lights and everything. It's going to be yours. And because you are doing it for a good cause, I want to be a part of this for you. And that just make my heart cry, because he's such a wonderful person with a wonderful heart. He helped me, Glenn Sheridan. Yes.
Yeah.
After that, we got to know each other some more. We became friends because we connected in so many levels because he loves pop culture like me.
Yeah.
And the sad part is, at the end of, I think a year later, yes, we were communicating with each other. We were talking about, oh, I'm going to come over to your place, Glenn. We are going to help build my Star Trek Voyager ship, because I bought a ship, the polar light ships, where you have to put it together, glue it, and then it becomes an 18-inch ship. There's lights and everything. I was supposed to go. He said, yeah. And then the next day, he killed himself because he was having depression and stuff like that. So it just caught me by surprise, and I was just stunned. I felt numb for days after that. A wonderful human being with such a beautiful heart. He's just like me. People like myself and him and a few others that I know, there's so little of us that actually would do something for nothing. We would do it because we want to help, because we don't see in getting fame from it. Fame
Yes.
does not is not equal to the pain that we've gone through. Why do you do that Star Trek thing like that, Darlene? Why? I said, because the bigger it is, the more impactful it is, the more people will talk about it, and people will talk to why. Why did she? People will ask questions. When they ask questions, then they will find out why I do it. I do what I do. It's in the honor of my late mom. Not for the sake of look at me, I'm fabulous. That is so shallow. I just don't like that. I prefer to do something that has a cause. That's why that whole float was called Star Trek Cosplay with a Cause. Star Trek Borg Alien for breast cancer. That whole name was like so weird, so much things in there that people could not understand until I explained to them. And everybody's like, wow, you really take it to the next level. I said, yes. If you are good at something, use that. That is your tool. That is your power to share a story, to share a message that you want to send. As long as it's big and loud, everybody can see, they will get the message from there, because they're going to go, oh, wow, what's that? The moment they say, what's that? That is the first step of learning about what it's about. And
That's
people
very
ask me
true.
about it. And Mardi Gras was so impressed. Mardi Gras decided to do a feature, a mini documentary
Yeah.
about why I did that. And it's very heartbreaking. It was so painful when they were interviewing me. I was always in tears because I never got my mom to say she loved me for me. I never got that chance. If I actually got her to come here and stay with me, she would have. I think. I
Yeah.
think.
I think so too, as well, Darlene. I think, Australia is a very different place to Singapore, and our upbringing and the society that we're a part of has such a powerful impact upon us as people. And I can see what you've done there, what you did there with the Star Trek costumes and the association with breast cancer to raise money for a cause. The Star Trek, the average person doesn't understand Trekkies, doesn't understand Star Trek and the ethos of Star Trek and the values of the Federation. But I think the actor who played Captain Janeway, Kate, was it
Mulgrew.
Mulgrew? Yes, she actually in a documentary, I specifically remember her saying that Trekkies are very smart people because they're able to associate science with the imagination. And it's that connection of science to the imagination. You have all these very intelligent people who are very much into Star Trek and the ideals of Star Trek. So I think it's a beautiful thing that you did there. It's just wonderful, and to be recognised by the Mardi Gras people and about that is just really fantastic.
because I see Star Trek has so much connection with Mardi Gras. Star Trek is about the United Federation of Planets.
Yes.
Everybody accepting everyone, all the different races, and Mardi Gras is about all the LGBT people coming together. So
Yes.
Star Trek and Mardi Gras is just the same thing, but just different. Same difference.
Yep.
Same difference, basically.
Mm.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got a couple more questions for you here, Darlene. So, the your participation in Mardi Gras. So you've spoken about what your participation is about. I'm wondering if you can expand upon that and just, I guess, tell me what it really means to you to be a part of the Mardi Gras, and what this year's event in particular is going to be about for you.
Well, this year, I started this year's Mardi Gras last year, June. So last year, June, I decided to sketch out outfits for fun. What should I do? I sketch and sketch and sketch. Nah, don't like that, don't like that. Maybe I can do this. So I look at my costumes in my house and I saw my Disney Princess Belle that I redesigned and made it a showgirl version. And I was like, I want to do ball gown for Mardi Gras. What should I do? And then I saw the rainbow. I was like, that's it. I'm doing 6 colored ball gowns: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And I designed each gowns all different with a little bit more razzmatazz, with some beautiful back pieces. It's like a big, beautiful, big collar pieces with rhinestones and ruffles, lots of ruffles and lots of sequins. So it's going to look very lavish. It's going to look very rich, and the colors is going to pop.
Yeah.
And I've decided to invite a few friends. At first, I was like, should I put this in my Facebook and be open about it and just, hey, anyone would like to join? I can't do that. I decided to invite people that are of the same build as me so that I can make 6 costumes. And when we finish Mardi Gras, I can use the costumes for my shows. So basically, it's an investment for my shows going forward. I
Mm.
decided to invite these 5 other people to join me. And these 5 other people do not really know each other at all. Each of them I have a personal connection with. For example, the Orange Princess. I work under her. She was my store manager in a makeup store that I worked a few years ago. I nearly quit because the person in charge of that, she she claimed to be nice, but she's not really nice. Everyone tell me that she's not nice, and I got to find that out firsthand when she yelled at me at lunchtime when the place was packed. So that's not nice. You don't do that to your staff in front of people. I nearly wanted to leave, but when they introduced her, she started working there. She saved my life. She actually was very, very kind with giving the instructions. She was so polite and she helped me not get all panicky. I can do this. I can't do this. I can do. Oh my God, I can't do this. Darlene, just calm down. This is what you have to do. Just do this first. Once you finish this, you let me know. I'll teach you how to do the next. That's how slow and steady and she is. And after that 2 or 3 times, I got it straight away and I can do it. That's how an amazing store manager should be. And she was exceptional. And my friendship with her grew. Even after I left that store, my friendship with her remained till this very day. So I just called her. I said, Fallon, would you like to be in Mardi Gras with me and wear my beautiful ball gown? Oh my God, darling. Yes, I'm there for you. I'm there for you. I'm there for you. So I was just so excited, so overwhelmed when she said, yes, Fallon, you're in. You're going to be my orange princess. Oh my God, I love it. It's going to make my skin color pop. Yes, girl. Our skin would definitely pop. Our tan skin, we're going to look so glamorous, girl. Yay! So she's in. And then I started calling up a few different people. And coincidentally, when Mardi Gras announced the theme this year, United We Shine. Oh my God, I am actually uniting all my different girlfriends that don't know each other. We are bringing them all together because all of them, in their own way, in our own relationship, one on one, they have accepted me for who I am, no questions asked. So they are actually celebrating, this whole group is celebrating my life as a trans woman, their friendship with me as a trans woman. I'm inviting them to feel like a showgirl for one day with me wearing my fabulous costumes.
That's
We are
amazing.
coming together, we are uniting together, and we are going to shine together with all the glittering and all the glamorousness. Basically, united, we shine. That's the
Yeah.
theme, and that's what we are going to bring to Mardi Gras.
And that's a great feeling as well. I mean,
Yes,
yeah, and to feel good about Mardi Gras, to feel good about bringing people together, to
yes,
feel about the acceptance that people give you and that you receive back. I think that's just amazing. It's just fantastic. Really
I
great start.
connect I connect with them in Facebook. I added them into my Facebook and we became friends more from there. We get to know each other from what we post. And they're all very sane, very normal, very everyday, just like me. So we are all on the same wavelength. Every now and again, they would come to my glamorous night and we all feel glamorous together.
Mm,
And we connect that way, and they accept and love me for how I am, how crazy I am, how loud I am, how rude I am. They love all the shades of me, and I love them back just for how they are. I embrace their families. Some of them have children that have loved me for me, like Natalie's has a son, Xander. And Xander has been cosplaying with me ever since he was 3 years old till now. And that's like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, or something. And
mm,
he never bat his eyelash. He does not even question about me. He just
mm,
loves me as, oh, that's Auntie Darlene. Auntie Darlene is Batgirl today, so I'm going to be Batman today. Oh my God, yes. He's so
mm.
cute, he's so little. So that's her son. So they all have a very personal connection with me. And I decided to unite all of us together. And we are going to shine at Mardi Gras. And that's
So
why I say
important.
it's connected.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's so important for acceptance and respect. These types of community events, bringing people together. It's just, it's amazing what you can achieve when you bring people together and people gain a personal connection with other people. And I know with my journey, the first time I ever met anyone who was transgender was actually about a decade ago, and it was in Thailand. And I was very nervous and I was very sort of apprehensive at first, but within the first minute of sitting down and talking with a trans woman for the first time, I'm like, wow, this person is fantastic. Made me feel very comfortable. And I became an ally straight away. And, I think here in Australia, if more people got to know people who are transgender, we would have even more acceptance and even more respect. And these types of community events are so instrumental in helping to achieve those outcomes for those connections.
See, how come within the first few minutes of sitting there with a trans woman, you are cool with it straight away? How come other men sit in front of me and say, yes, 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 I would love to meet you. Yes, yes, yes. So when we meet and sit in front of me, when they're holding their cup of coffee, when they lift the little, you know how when you serve cappuccino, you serve in a little cup with a saucer, right? When you sit in a cafe, that saucer, when they lift, they were shaking, shivering, because they said,
Mm.
I've never been in public with trans. I said, I thought you've met trans. Yes, I've always only gone to their house and have sex. So you've never actually treated a trans woman more than just a sex fetish in between four walls thing. He said, I'm so sorry, babe. This is my first time. Please give me a chance. Okay, I'll give you that. So
Mm.
at least he's taking a chance in asking me out and going out with me and being with me in public, although we did not end up being together, but at least it helped to open his door to realize that maybe I can actually date a trans woman because I love being with trans so much. If I can go
mm,
out with her, she's so normal, she just looks like a normal person, maybe I can go out with other trans. If that is what he got from meeting me, I'm happy that I helped one person. Do you know what
mm.
I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And a
Yeah.
lot of men need that help.
Mm,
And a lot of trans don't help either.
yeah.
Yes, especially when they just call them to come over and bring some party, drugs. So that's not going to help a guy to be a better person, to treat
Mm,
trans better.
mm,
By coming over, taking drugs, have sex, see you later. That is not going to help a guy improve on respecting trans. Do you know what I
mm.
mean? It takes two hands to clap and four hands to tango. Both sides need to help each other. Do you know what I mean?
It's very true, and maybe it's. I mean, my background. I'm a scientist. I'm a high
You're
performance
curious, you
computer.
ask questions, you want to get
Yeah,
to know, you want to learn. Yeah, all those
yeah,
men are just freaking out. They're not thinking
yeah,
with their head up here, they're thinking with the other head down there.
yeah. I mean, I must admit, I was kind of thinking with the head down there a bit at the start as well.
Of
But
course, it's only natural.
I'm the type of person I like. When it comes to meeting people, I try to accept people for who they are, as they are, get to know them as people, regardless of their gender, their ethnicity,
Giving
and
them the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, yeah, I'm very interested in getting to know a person for who they are inside, for their heart and their mind, and developing that heart, mind, and body connection with another person. Um, I'm a very big fan of. It was actually a '90s TV show called The Pretender, and there's actually an episode in the Pretender series
Jared,
where Jared
yes, I love
meets.
that show.
Yeah, it's fantastic, isn't it? And
Oh
he
my god, I
actually
had a crush on him. That's why I watch it. And he can dress up in as anything and everything. I was like, oh my god. He's
yeah,
always so suave and he's so strong, so
yeah.
empowering. Oh yes, I fantasize about him. Okay, sorry, you can continue now.
Amazing actor, but there was a specific episode where he met a person for the first time who the actor wasn't playing a trans woman. The actor was a male who cross dressed, and
Impersonator.
yeah, and Jared being in the center and being so isolated, he hadn't come across anyone like that before. And the way that he treated that person, he was so accepting and trying to understand why that person did what they did, why they cross dressed, and he was very friendly and very accepting, and he wasn't judgmental. It was really amazing to see. I'll never forget that particular episode, and I know it's so important to me to be open, and and have that sense of wonder about the world and about people. And there are so many different people in the world, and the trans community is a big community worldwide. A lot of people don't understand just how big the community actually is worldwide.
Yep.
It is fragmented, and it's difficult to market to, but it's a very big community around the world. And I think that events like the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras, in bringing trans people to the event and having them as performers and as speakers and as educators and role models, is a really an amazing thing. Just like I might add, your costumes, which is what I want to talk about next. Your
Okay.
amazing elaborate costumes, because do you mind do you mind if I ask you about your investment in your costumes for the preparation for this year's uh, event? Because I know that costumes can be expensive and people spend a lot of money on costumes.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask you about that, if you don't mind.
Well, um, I have a few sponsors from overseas that I got to know from online. I've never met them in person. We've always spoken online all the time. I used to be in a LGBT dating app and I used to do live streams there a lot. And The more live streams you do, you win diamonds, and those diamonds can be converted to money, and you get money from doing a lot of live streams because the live that particular app offered me to be an influencer. So, as an influencer, these are the perks that you get. So, I was so grateful. And from there, I got to know the select few people that are so supportive of me, that are always there for me, and they know that I will always do the right thing by the trans community. And I am a trans mummy to two other trans in the world that I have never met. And if I did not help this particular one, I do not know what would have happened to her. Because she listened to me, I felt like I've saved her, and I'm so happy that I did. I didn't want anything to happen to her. So she introduced me to her friends, and they all are so good to me. So they have sponsored me all this money for me to put my costume together. And
Yeah.
I have saved some money as well. So I put that money in also. So there's so much rhinestones and sequins. And as you know, rhinestones are very, very expensive, especially when you custom order them. So
Yeah.
everything that I do is always custom because I am not a store bought person. If I buy something from the shop and parade, chances are there'll be other people in the parade will also have that costume. Or
Mm.
the worst one will be some audience wearing the same thing. How can you
And
try
I know
to
I know
try
how
to show a
particularly.
stand, try to
Yeah.
stand your ground and show that, okay, look at me, and that person will go, hey, we wear the same thing. It's you cancel each other already straight away. So
Yeah.
my my formula for my show, for anything that I do, is always you have to be unique. You have to be
Yeah.
unique, you have to be bright, you have to be loud, and you have to be big if you can. But this year, no feathers, not even a little feather, no feathers at all, because I love feathers. I always want to put feathers in everything that I do. But this time, no feathers. It's just a massive, beautiful backpack that I have designed, six different ones. I went to the shop, to House of Priscilla. They have been looking after me for 22 years. Ever since I first came to Australia, I got introduced to House of Priscilla by Christy McNichol, my beautiful, beautiful showgirl, international superstar girlfriend. And she hold my hand and take me everywhere because she is a beautiful sister that never see another trans as a threat but see another trans as a sister. You are also a singer. Come to my show and sing with me. So she introduced House of Priscilla. I went there and I've been going to House of Priscilla the whole time. 2013, Darlene Transsexual Angels. Most of the costumes is done by House of Priscilla. And I said, thank you, Chelsea. You because you bring my costumes to life. I win this award. I want to share this with you. So House of Priscilla made my backpacks for this year's Mardi Gras. And they also custom ordered for me the big ruffled skirt. It's massive, massive ruffled skirt that I have to wear 6 hoop skirts underneath, 6 hoop crinoline skirt, and then the ruffle skirts on the outside. It's massive. It's going to take 20 to 30 minutes per person to get into the outfit
Yeah.
correctly, or else she's going to be in pain because of the shoulder back pieces.
Yeah.
And the corset have to be extremely tight. So if your waist is cinched up so tight, your shoulders tend to what do you call that? Like strain,
Tight up.
like
Train.
become uptight a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have to be relaxed so that I can put the shoulder piece, and the shoulder piece have to sit right up until the back of the neck, until, and then there's the long two pieces that goes around under the armpits to the back. So basically this whole part of their body have to be completely rigid at all times, or else the back piece could fall off. Although it has a support at the back, the support is quite small. So if I don't sit it properly, it's not going to rest nicely and they cannot look graceful. So after putting the costume on, they have to be able to shake and move about. And I have to make them feel, are you comfortable? Can you walk? Can you bow down? Can you lean to the side? Can you turn around real quick without dropping anything? Okay, now if you want to move, you have to pick up this side, this bit here. When you pick it up, then it would look massive. And when you walk, you have to look up. You have to be graceful. You have to smile and look like that. Not no. See, Mardi Gras, when you parade, you have to have a certain aura, a certain way to uplift yourself when you walk. You have to look graceful. You have to look grateful. You have to look happy. You have to look thankful at everyone. You have to give back the energy of thank you for coming and watching us. So I have to try and tell all my girls how to be at Mardi Gras, because
And
Mardi
that's
Gras is not just about wearing beautiful costume. It's all about what the energy that you are putting out is a celebration, the thankfulness. That's the
yeah.
energy we have to give back out.
Yeah, that's a job in and of itself. And, I've got a short story about that. I filmed the 2019/2020 Miss Gay and Miss Trans Australia International pageant. And
Yes.
behind the scenes of that, on the day prior, I was watching the choreographer work with each of the contestants. And I was just in awe as I was doing all the videography and sound and everything. But I watched this choreographer. I'm like, oh my God, look at how much work this is that this person is doing with each and every one of these performers. And, the how to do the walk correctly, how to pause at the right time, uh, how the costume, the amount of preparation, I was just stunned at. That's why it was my initiative to bring in some extra technology to help people communicate on the set, because I saw how much work goes into all of this, and helping people to communicate was the most important thing that I could do as a technologist, to provide that equipment to people. But it's a job in and of itself, and I'm just amazed by the work that goes into choreography.
And also, at that time, with that pageant, I was a judge.
You were,
Yes.
yeah,
And the girl that was teaching them how to walk, it makes her life so much difficult because a lot of the girls are not stage performers, are not
mm,
entertainers. They some I don't think a lot of them have even entered any beauty pageant or anything or whatsoever. So that makes her work double more difficult because she has to focus on each and every one of them, how
yes,
to walk, how to poise. There are some that are seasoned, so they don't need help at all. They know how it is, so it's easy. But the ones that don't, it's making the whole thing stretch longer, because if that person doesn't get it right, everybody have to do it all over again. Come on, let's do
yeah,
it together again, because some of them still do not know, and it's very, very taxing. It's very, very tiring, especially if someone who is really, really slow, that cannot get choreography. Not a lot
mm,
of people can perform in a choreography. Some performers can only do solo acts. Even if they have dancers, the dancers are just doing their own thing at the back, and she just does her own thing in the front. She's the type that would never ever can do choreography. So some of those contestants are like that. So it's
mm,
very, very difficult to teach them to be in sync when up here they're not wired to do something to sync. That's why the choreographer was Andrea. Andrea was the choreographer. Yes,
yes,
Andrea was like, she's like, oh, again, wrong, again. Yes, I was there watching because I came, and that was the first time we met. You were at the
yeah,
back, and I was there with Barbie and
yeah,
Erica, and again, no, no. That was amazing to watch. It's so cool to watch the behind the scenes to
yeah,
understand how everything works. If you
yeah,
don't know that, you cannot just say it's so glamorous, it's just amazing. No, there's so much hard work behind that.
yeah. Absolutely. I was just in awe of Andrea and the job that she did. It's just, I have these memories of standing there watching. I'm just thinking, oh my God, look at this. She's
The
just so talented.
torture, the torture of it all. Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. It
And
was
she
just,
was amazing. She was an absolute professional, and she did it all beautifully. On the night when I was sitting at the judges' seat and I was looking, there everyone was just beautiful. Everyone was classy. Everyone was on point. And we at the judges' table, we were like, oh my God, they're all so good. What did you
yeah,
give that one? I gave her this point. I gave her this point. Really, you gave her that much? I said, yes. She worked so hard. I saw her backstage. I saw her yesterday. She was struggling and now she's doing her best. I want to give her the extra point because she deserved it. So
I,
we had a good cackle with the judges, to
yeah,
share our opinion before we give the mark, because we want to be kind, we want to be constructive, and we want to judge at the same time.
and I can imagine how much choreography will have gone into the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. There must be an amazing amount of work that's been done prior to the event to make sure that everything just runs really smoothly and is a fantastic event.
There is going to be, I think, around 170 floats.
Wow.
Not floats, but
Yeah.
groups this year, because in the SCG during COVID, we're not allowed to have floats because it was just going to be around the track in the stadium. So 170 groups, I think, and the total amount of participants is nearly 6,000 or 6,500. So
Yep.
it's all going to be walking. So each group, I think those that are not in choreography would be in their bikes or something, wearing something, and the rest would have their own choreographers to help them choreograph routines and stuff. It's not going to be easy to do choreography in the rain when your costumes are stuck to you,
Yep.
and the wind and the rain and the makeup's running, and you're trying to do choreography and you're trying to smile and you're trying to know where you're walking and you don't want to step in a puddle and fall. Oh, that's another story altogether. So I applaud them in advance for doing it this Saturday in the rain.
Yeah, and applauding everyone that's involved in the event, from the organizers to the contestants to all the volunteers and the helpers and all the support staff and everyone who's involved. I mean, what I learned as being a volunteer in the Miss Gay Miss Trans group and the Trans Showgirls group is that volunteering and coming forth and being a volunteer and sharing your skills and helping people is such an important part of making these types of events to be so successful. I mean, there's so much stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we don't tend to see in the final result. But I mean, it is there. But when we're watching the performers and everything, sometimes I think we can forget about that it's taken a village, a huge amount of people to make a successful event.
Takes a village. That's it.
Yeah, it really does.
And
Well,
Geisha has done so well. That last pageant that I attended was the most glamorous pageant ever. I have performed in a few of them in the past. And when I first performed, it looks like a very country pageant. Very country, back then. And then it get better. It looked better. And this one, it looked the best. The mood lighting, the dark, and then the stage lighting, the backdrop, just the setting, it just feels so classy. I just wish Mama Geisha would continue with the pageant. Yes, because if she wants to leave it, she has to leave it to someone that actually is just like her, a very giving, with a good heart, who can proudly be, I would like to say, an ambassador for the trans community in Melbourne. She does a lot for the community there to bring people together to the pageant. The pageant is spreading so much good things about raising awareness for the trans community. And she did it all very, very hard earned. Every year she would talk to me on the phone a couple of months before the pageant. Darlene, oh my God, the girls. Oh my God, these people. Darl, I'm having a headache. I don't think I want to do it. No, Mama Geisha, you have to do it. You have to do it. Don't give up. Don't give up. You know how the girls are. Oh, they're so difficult. It's the community members, and this and that. And oh, too much, darling. I can't handle this anymore. But every time when she come back and do it, it just becomes better and better and better. And I'm just blown away at the last pageant. And she looked after me. Erica looked after me with the yummy Japanese food. Oh my God, we were peeking out while we were judging. Our mouth was full, munching away and trying to talk. My paper of the writing sheet has so much sushi. Yes, it was
Amazing.
so good. Yes, and you were filming everything.
I was filming for the first time as a
Yes.
volunteer. I stepped forth in early 2019 to film the Trans Showgirls, and then I volunteered to do the pageant as well. But I came away, with a big appreciation of the value of Geisha and her work. And you
Yes.
really need to have the right person in the leadership
I love that
role.
woman. Someone
She,
has to be just like her. Cannot
yeah,
be bitchy, cannot be judgy, cannot have a I don't like you attitude. Mama Geisha does not like anyone. She loves everyone. She welcomes everyone. Even no matter if among themselves they're quarreling, she always in the middle and always, look, stop it, we're doing this together. Let's come together, let her do this, let her do that, She tried to always kill off the tension. This person has to be like that. You cannot have a person that pretends to be like that, pretends to be nice, pretends to be sweet, pretends I can do it. No. When Mama Geisha did that, she did not say, no, I can do it. No. She just did it.
yes.
You know what I mean? She is not looking for fame. She just wants to help with the community. She just wants to raise awareness by doing the thing that she loves most, that she knows about, beauty pageants. Because that's what Filipino culture love, the beauty pageant. That's their way of life. So Mama Geisha brought it here to all the Filipino trans community. And the next person who wants to do the Miss Gay, Miss Trans, if you're not going to be like her, from the inside, genuine from the heart, it's not going to work. I'm sorry to say.
And this is a very difficult thing. Very, very difficult when it comes to leadership, right? There's different levels of leadership. We could have an entire
unconditional is the first point.
Yeah, about this, but you have to find a trans woman who's at the level of leadership necessary in order to pull off an event like that, and
who has to have a lot of experience.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a very difficult thing. Now we know, because we're leaders within the community, we know who the other leaders are and who the future leaders could be if they develop in the right direction. And it's so important. And this whole subject of leadership, though, could fill an entire podcast. So I think
let's
we
not
should
go there.
Yeah, we should probably cut this now, because I've asked you all the questions that I've wanted to ask you, Darlene. So I want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here today and for the opportunity to interview you about the Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras. It's been an amazing time here interviewing you and hearing your stories about the event. And I'd like to wish you all the best for an amazing Mardi Gras 2022. And I look forward to interviewing you again after the event to hear how everything went and to hear how you went at the event. I'm sure you'll be amazing, and it'll be a fantastic, fun time for everyone. Hopefully it doesn't, it's not a washout and it doesn't flood. Hopefully that you get some nice fine weather for it. And I'd like to say thank you to all the viewers for tuning in today for this interview with Darlene. It's been great too. Listeners and viewers. We're going to make this available as a podcast audio as well as a video podcast as well. So we'll have some over the top as well. So I hope that everyone will tune in for future interviews with amazing transgender showgirls. So please remember to share, like, comment, subscribe, share on your Facebook stories, and you can add me on your socials. And Darlene, you've got your your cosplay socials. People are able to add you there?
Yes. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's 3 words: Super Showgirl Cosplay. And my logo is a rainbow. That's me, Super Showgirl Cosplay, all one word together. I love superheroes, I'm a showgirl, and I love to cosplay. So it all comes together. And also my Facebook page is also Super Showgirl Cosplay. Once again, the logo is a rainbow. So come say hello to me. If any of you trans women need any questions, you can always shoot me a DM and I can help you the best way I can. Thank you for having me.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Darlene. And to everyone, you can very much help and have a great impact on people's lives by sharing this podcast with your friends and family. And I'd like to wish everyone all the best. I'm Clark Towson, lead transgender advocate of Chrysalis Australia. And we're a Melbourne-based non-for-profit group of dedicated volunteers that work to help support the Australian transgender community. So thank you, Darlene, and thank you to everyone for watching this video, listening to this podcast.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.